Morning, guys. Sunday morning, and we're gonna do a video. It's gonna be called Duh. Duh.
It's gonna be that elevated.
Yeah, I don't know how to have it include that kind of sarcasm. Duh. But one of the things I was messing around this week and seeing some of the drone footage. This is Utah Monument Valley area. There are these formations that, of course, are completely unnatural. That YouTube sometimes suggests these now as I'm going along, and the drone will reveal things that, as you're hiking or looking, you may not see it, but from the bird's eye, you see these things. So this guy, most impossible rock formations on Google Earth. I don't think these guys know what they're looking at, but we can look at this and make some. Let me play a little of this. So if anyone
That's awesome. First of all,
yeah,
I haven't seen this yet either.
If anyone can look at this and not see that this isn't natural, it's just one of those duh moments.
It's one of those dumb moments, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
so, we're not crazy to go, duh, this is not natural formation. This has been hewn. This is old, huge stones. And here's the next thing. These stones have actually been used in structures, and we go, yeah, we don't know how they got there. Even the best people that are putting their minds on it say we have no idea how they moved these size stones, and they're the base layers of gigantic buildings, right? So we have proof of huge mining, strip mining places. We have stones that have been cut and left. We have buildings that use the stones that we couldn't have made. And so for us to go, yeah, I think they're lying to us about history. It's just a duh moment.
It's a duh moment. And our best guess is, these giant mines, and we don't know exactly how all that came to be, right? But that doesn't mean you can't go, yeah, duh. That was not created by erosion.
Right. Well.
Or glacial deposits.
Yeah, the duh part isn't, let me tell you exactly what this is. The duh part is, let me tell you what it's not. It isn't natural. There is no way. They're impossible formations. There's some in Canada. I'm going to show a few more. Just to really do the duh moment. It's like the rock wall in Texas. Okay, they found this wall that goes down like 23 feet. It goes 6 miles, and it's a wall. Right? And the place is called Rock Wall, Texas. About this huge buried wall from another civilization, another peoples that did this, and it's all been buried. It's all been mud flooded. This is duh stuff. Like the Indians weren't the first people here. That story doesn't work. It doesn't hold water. Why do we have to feel like on the defensive for being like this? You guys, you grapple with these things.
Yeah.
We're going to sit back and go, hey, we're in the little season of deception. So, of course, there's a plethora of lies about geology, geography, all these things. They're all lies. We can see with our own two eyes, this isn't natural. Let me show you some more. Okay, I'm just going to play him. He's so you can see some of the size of these things.
Knowing that Navajo sandstone is roughly 135 pounds per cubic square foot, we can reasonably estimate this block is about 1.1 million pounds. It weighs more than a fully loaded Boeing 747, or about the weight of 14 fully loaded semi-trucks.
All right, so there's just up close. So besides the drone, I mean, look at the flatscape, how it's, it's mined. This has been mined, this has been carved. I don't know how, but I know that erosion didn't do this. Simple.
Sorry, we can't let it go that's the same weight as a Boeing 477 or whatever he said. Is that the right name? That flies against the gravitational pull toward Earth.
Oh,
It stays aloft. Sorry.
yeah. And there's lots of does. We're gonna do a lot of does stuff, but
Different duh, but I
yeah.
just couldn't let it go.
Oh, I got so many does.
Good.
Okay, that other one was around Monument Valley, which is we used to live really close to that. It's Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah. That's the Four Corners, and then Monument Valley was towards Grand Canyon.
West.
Yeah.
A little north and west of it.
Yeah, it probably does a couple states. I'm not really sure. It's a big area.
Yeah.
I've driven through it before. But here's another one. This is closer to the Grand Canyon. Look at these. Look at these things. Whatever they were doing, they were preparing to use all these stones in their buildings. And this is why, when we see the scale of destruction, it's because there were at some point things that could move this type of either anti-gravity, so more skill, or more knowledge of how to do it, or there were bigger beings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a believer in Enoch, but I am a believer in the Bible. And I do see that there are times that the giants are mentioned. I go, okay, giants are mentioned, and we also don't know what may have happened pre-Adamically, and that's another video. But the one thing that we do know is it's not erosion, right? This is the duh. I'm not saying let's explain it perfectly. What it is, what it ain't erosion. Yeah, duh. This guy finds it on Google Earth and then is like, I gotta go actually out there and come across it. Now, these are normies, but they're saying they're impossible. Like, what's his video called? I found impossible geometry. So yeah, he's at the same time he's also saying like this can't be this can't just be natural. Like whatever is going on here, this has got the print of design to it.
Right. You don't get things to line up like that using water, using ice, scraping along, just none of the typical narrative things.
Well, plus when you combine that these stones are now in structures that we can't explain, you go, okay, yeah, there's the complete, like, it's like looking at the earth and going Big Bang. You go, no, there's a creative designer. There's some design going on with these things that then we actually see them in place in massive structures. And we go, yeah, we can't explain how they got there, but we are going to pretend that that this is geography. This is just erosion.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't do that. Oh my gosh, this stuff, I hate that we're so far into the Orwell lies that it sounds crazy to point out the duh stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do this, is because I'm like, I know you guys see this too, and you go, okay, duh. But let me do my next duh. Canals. I got into canals a little last night.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and Beth's going to sleep, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this canal was this was part of my life.
I was already asleep. You weren't even telling me. But when you showed me in the morning, it's super awesome. I want to go see some of them.
Yeah. Okay. So let me show you some canals. Okay. So this is David Wayne's video. No hand shovels dug the Blackstone Canal, 1825 to 1828. This is between Worcester and Providence, Rhode Island. Worcester, Mass, and Providence. We lived right in the corner of Rhode Island, Providence, and Mass. Not Providence. Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Mass. And this was only a few miles from our house. I had no idea. This was there. Of course, it's been abandoned, but let me play this a little bit. He's going to tell you the history of the steam shovel here.
It's all smooth on this side.
The steam shovel was invented by William Otis, who received a patent for his design in 1839. He had created a prototype in 1836, and the first steam-powered excavator was put to work in 1835 on the Boston and Providence Railroad.
This looks like perfectly.
So, again, this thing between 1825 and 1828, they say Irish immigrants built this. Now, this isn't even the one that I wanted to show you, because the one I wanted to show you is the Rideau Canal up in Canada, because I grew up skating on the Rideau Canal. and the building story is just too much. It's just too much. It's one of those duh moments. You go, no, this, you guys can't be serious about this. But let me show you some of the highlights from this guy's video. Okay, a lot of it, he's just showing that these are tons of abandoned mill buildings where the water would have gone underneath. I'm gonna mute this one, and just showing what's left of this area. You know, what they've abandoned. Mostly out in this section, it's all abandoned canal. But then as you go further, he gets into where the canal is still functional. Let me get there. Irish immigrants, okay? This is shovels. This is shovel type of territory. Let me go back so he shows you what they did in 1825. Again, there's dumb moments where you go, no, you wouldn't have endeavored to build a canal between Worcester and Providence when you just have men with pickaxes and shovels. You would not do that. And let me show you some more of the building of the one in Canada. You're back?
I'm back.
I don't want that noise.
Okay.
Well, there's some. Oh, I'm still recording.
Well, you recorded your other stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, shoot. I don't know. I may have messed that up. I may have been talking and not recording. Beth's back. We had a child that was not happy about something. Okay, but so that was this canal right here. You're not really seeing what I'm pointing at, but the one south of Boston. Okay, but the one that got my attention was the Ottawa to Kingston, and I used to live. Let me see if I can show you where I used to live. I used to live right there in Brockville, Ontario, and so we'd go. Maybe I was more like there. I don't know, but we'd go up. That was an hour, and that was an hour. I grew up skating on the Rideau Canal. And let me show you some pictures of the Rideau Canal. It is just is amazing. Okay, so this is one of the sections. There were 6 kilometers that would go from a lake. It would go along this canal where they would this would freeze and they would plow it. Tons of people are skating this, and there we got the Parliament buildings in the background on either side, and we have this canal that is like completely man-made, completely fabricated. This stuff is, oh, here's a picture. This is awesome. This is exactly. Wow. We'd go up and they would sell beaver tails, and of course you never
just
really
like fried dough for any non-Canadians.
Yeah, elephant ears is what Americans call them. Canadians call them beaver tails.
I never call them elephant ears. Just fried dough.
What?
Yeah, I never call
Americans
them elephant ears.
Oh, come on now. Well,
maybe that's some other part of America.
Well, Navajos would call them hamburgers. The Navajos in New Mexico would take fried bread.
They call it fried bread. Yeah, see, there's another name.
Yeah, they'd take 2 big patties, they'd turn them, and then they just sandwich that. So it's like eating 2 hamburgers, and then they'd put some vegetables and then green chili. And
then not just
oh gosh.
Then you don't have just 2 hamburgers. You have, instead of buns, fried bread.
Dough. Okay, and the Navajo are obese people, and that is the reason why they eat fried bread.
Well, I can't help.
Can't help. Well, it's because the government subsidizes everything, and so they end up not having to work, and that's not a good thing. I mean, there's kind of a mid-level. What I tell my children is like, you don't want to be on the hamster wheel, running it like incessantly. You don't want to be debt slavery, but you also don't. We're not meant to be idle. Mm-hmm. So I know I got distracted, but yeah. So that's what it looks like in the winter. I'm just going through locks and stuff. But what I didn't realize is that these are all the same angle, because of course that's the biggest one. But I remember seeing these Whitefish Lake, these dams and these locks that were all over the place, where that went between the river and the canal, and then they would dam these up so that they could get all the way to Kingston. I didn't realize that this whole thing was a man-made canal. But what, of course, is the dumb moment, let me read you this story. This is the first Camp Bytown, September 1826. Okay, so By is a guy. When By received his orders to begin the Rideau project, he left Montreal by canoe with his staff and arrived at Wrightstown on September 21st, 1826.
It was the staff.
Okay. A camp was immediately established. So that they're actually pretending like there's nothing. And then they're going to be like, hey guys, we got this great idea. Let's build the Rideau. Let's do this thing.
Let's do this. Staff in hand.
He comes by canoe.
I love that.
This cannot be more obnoxiously stupid. Like, no. With his staff, do you realize how much the controllers laugh at people believing these stories? Because not one of them has actually gone, wait a second, this doesn't quite add up. Like, this can't be true. This can't be real.
Yeah.
Do we need to deal with them?
I will in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but the image of the leaving with the canoe and his staff, like, it's just like combining some, like, Moses and, like, Native Americans and, like, anything else sort of awe-striking we can throw in there.
well, there's
To
plenty.
actually say something that's like, yeah, duh. He
Yeah.
didn't do that.
You didn't do that. You didn't arrive with your canoe and your staff and then go, hey guys, hey, can you tie up my canoe?
Let's do this.
Hey, we're gonna cut some stone. We're gonna get busy here.
Get your chisels out.
Okay, this is if that other one, 202 kilometers. Okay, so for you Americans, that's what is that? 200 kilometers. Every 100 is 0.6. So that's like 0.6 and 0.6 is 120 miles, 130 miles. Okay, that's a long ways, guys. To be like, we're gonna connect these things, and by the way, it's gonna look like this.
That's just glorious.
It's glorious, and of course, it's what the thing that happens is you never really consider all that they accomplished in those times. Like, if you went from 1820 till like the time you were alive and be like, what structures, what infrastructure has been created that I know, like tunnels, new road systems, new canals. You go, well, actually nothing's changed. They kind of rerouted this and they added an interchange on the highway, and maybe and this place has gotten beat up, but there's nothing that's actually added. It's substantial. There's nobody is doing these new canals. Nobody's doing new railroads. If they're doing rails, they're doing light rails, and it's very slow and arduous. Back in these years, do you know it took them 9 years to do this? That's it. Again, and meanwhile, all these buildings that pop up along that other one in 1826 to 1828 or 25 to 28, there's mills everywhere along it. The mill wouldn't have been there before the canal was built. So that means that not only was the canal built in 3 years, but all those mill buildings along it were popped up, and now they're all completely abandoned, right? Because they didn't do all these things. All these things were here. Duh moments galore. They cannot substantiate any sort of construction details on how they did these things. There is no proof that they built it. The only thing they can do is, ta-da, it's here. We'll tell you how it happened. And if you have a critical mind, you go, duh, no, you guys are stupid. This is not right. This cannot be. We cannot buy this. And the buildings are duh moments. This was a duh moment. I think there's some duh moments right now with Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis. There's a lot of if you're seeing them in Australia, let's cease with the Northern Lights chatter, because it ain't Northern Lights.
Well, first of all, they haven't looked at all like Northern Lights that we saw as youngins.
Yes, I've seen Northern Lights when I was probably 16 years old in Canada. and it was green waves that were very almost hard to describe. Then I saw them in Wisconsin, and I saw them on the lake. I went out in a canoe, and it was like these waves.
Did you have
green.
your staff?
I had my staff. Yes. I was just about to start a 200-kilometer canal with all my other lake buddies that were doing
Your
trips.
immigrants? Did
No.
you have some immigrants?
Well, hey, we got some immigrants now. We got lots of immigrants. Let's put those guys to work.
Yeah,
If
the
the
Irish
Irish-
immigrants. Oh, I missed that. Did you already talk about that?
Yeah, I told
Oh,
Irish immigrants. I didn't think of like how we could put all these immigrants to work now.
Yeah.
Man, they could get busy back then. You know, they actually have this dam, one of the earliest dams in California. I forget which one, but they say that they made the Indians do it. Like, like that. They were like, all of a sudden, the Indians were master stonemasons because they always have to have a scapegoat for who does these things. It's like, oh, the Indians did, or the Irish, or the Chinese, or. Then we go, oh, okay, or the convicts built up all of Bangor, all the beautiful buildings of Bangor. Australia, all the convicts built those beautiful buildings. You just go like, what they've proved, no matter how stupid it is, they could say it was child labor. They could say a bunch of dolphins came and put it together. People believe
Kinda
what they
nice.
say.
Let's go with the dolphins.
Dolphins?
Yeah. Kind of like that. They're smart.
I think there's a lot to dolphins that we only tip the iceberg. When I heard that they can be used in tandem with birthing to help relieve pain for birth, I was like, oh wow. I think it's
There's
companionship with animals like dogs, like cats. There's horses. There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff there
They say some of the first water births that we know of
with dolphins.
Out in the ocean.
Out in the ocean with dolphins in tow. Interesting.
Wild.
Okay, that's not a dull moment because I don't really know what I'm talking about with that, but I've heard interesting things. Okay, so are we gonna buy this? No, this doesn't make sense. Not natural. What are my other stuff? You're supposed to help me remember.
Oh yeah, I have my list.
Let me. Okay, back to the big stones. This video is I was just going through my watch history. The Megalithic Mystery of Baalbek. Massive stones no one can explain. So here's an example of the size of these stones. And some of them, you know, they'll be in these structures. This guy will point them out. Oh, it didn't go to where I was. Okay, let's see if this will go. So they're just beyond... they're just unfathomably big stones that are used in structures. And so we have proof of this, you know. I've seen some of these myself. Did I start this? Oh yeah, I did the right one. I've seen some of these myself in fake Israel. I remember going. It's like the size of a whole train, and literally no one can explain it. They don't even try, and everyone just stands there with their jaws dropped about like, how do you move that? And it was on the fake temple mount, which again, the Bible says nothing about a temple mount. Nothing about a temple mount. Here's another good moment. Somebody was new to Little Season. They said, go easy on me, but like, when did the third temple get rebuilt and then destroyed if Jesus has already reigned? And the huge, you're not even paying attention. The huge,
I'm looking up the foundation of the temple.
The huge dumb moment is like, why would there ever have been a third temple? This is the huge dumb moment where Christians believe such insanely stupid things. Is that the very temple that Jesus was talking about, pointing at, saying, you see this is going to come crashing down, not one stone. Like, he's actually talking about that temple. Like, not that he's not talking about that temple. He's talking about that temple. There is no third temple ever. Never, ever. And to think that it needs to be rebuilt so that the abomination of desolation can take place and the heifer and all this, and then it can get torn down again, you just go, oh, okay, you need some help. You need some serious help. You do not. You base your whole belief system on what your lying pastor is telling you instead of what the Bible says. And your lying pastor is supposed to be basing it on what the Bible says, but it's completely made up garbage. As we read through the Gospels, we do this over and over because we have young children. I think it's the best way, just to keep drilling it in. We were talking about how they're going to throw them out of synagogues, okay, and then they're even going to put some of them to death. And it's one of these things where you go like, yeah, there are no synagogues that we're getting thrown out of today. We're not getting put to death for what we believe. But this is where, of course, it's all relevant to those people at that time. Of course, that temple was the temple being talked about. There was no ever plan for a third temple besides the New Jerusalem, which is not what they're talking about being recreated. They're talking about something happening on the fake Temple Mount, the fake Israel, and so many does. But you guys know this, but I just need to get it out of my system. I feel better after I do this. Did you find that Temple Mount?
Well, the first in Second Chronicles, it talks about in 5 months they just went from heaps to the foundation was complete.
5 months, yeah, 5 months.
That's Second Chronicles, but there's somewhere else I was looking for, but I didn't find it.
So the size stones, if you're in fake Israel, they'll say that Herod was one of the best builders ever, and he just commanded things to be done. And so he did, for a favor for the Jews, he had them build this Temple Mount, which of course doesn't fit into the biblical narrative, because once you see the stones that are this size and you go, well, how did they do that? It's mum's the word. We don't need to talk about that. That's just, it's there. Hey, they did it. They would just say, oh, and I asked the guy, he said, the 80,000 guys. And I've told this story before, but I was like, I guess, if you say so. There's where we went over to where Herod was buried, and we saw that he moved the entire mountain to make his tombstone. So I guess that's pretty, like, he can do whatever he wanted. And you see these buildings, and they attribute them all to Herod, and you just go, okay, I guess he had that magic wand thing. No, we don't know what it was, but it's this is not, they're not following in the lineage of, or in the vein of what we can accomplish, right? These canals, these railroad tunnels, I really enjoy looking into tunnels. There's one into Whittier, Alaska, which is another just huge tunnel. I think it's the longest one that serves no strategic value. That is that's just an amazing tunnel that defies explanation to why they even did it and why. And then they gave up on it. There's another military thing. All this work went into it, and then it was just very quickly abandoned. Let me see if I can find it. Well, I couldn't find it in my screenshots, but I did find this. This is the second Kansas City Hall, supposedly built in 1937. Oh no, it was built in 1892, right? So let's first just appreciate the way they built city halls back then. Okay, it's usually I especially
Don't make them like they used to.
I especially like that arch. And then what did they need to do? They needed to get rid of this to make here we go. Kansas City Police Headquarters building were raised to make way for the new business development in the River Market District. So you know what? They didn't need this after maybe 50 years, and so they just got rid of it, Beth. Let's make and this was supposedly the second one.
That?
So do you guys see how they do it? They destroy the first building. They say that was the city hall. Then they say this was the city hall. Then they just destroy it. So they don't come out and say, hey, we're destroying old world buildings, guys. They make up their stories, and then they do it in our face. Like weather modification. oh, guys, we're trying our best. It's climate change. Stop using plastic bags at the grocery store. That'll help so much. You wouldn't believe. Why don't you stay home, save lives? Don't use gas. Don't fly anywhere. You know, whatever they say, while they literally are blowing on storms and moving them and increasing them and powering them up. This is now proven. There's Tucker Carlson did this thing the other day, and with somebody who's been studying them for 30 years, saying this is not, we got to stop calling them chemtrails because the people look at you like you're crazy. Call them stratospheric radiation injections, okay? Because they all admit to, like, even Google will admit they're doing this. They're doing these injections. They're trying to cool the planet. This is what they'll say. They are doing it. They are doing it. And there's tons of, watch that Tucker Carlson. What's up?
Man.
Oh, Nana's here. So they are doing this to us. And there's no denying that it's happening. It's another one of these dumb moments. Like, if you can't take a hint from those trails in the sky, if you can't take a hint from the fact that they're calling it Northern Lights and they're seeing it down in the southern U.S. states now, like, it's not what they say. These are not solar flares that hit the north and come all the way down there. There's something else is up. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't say, but I can say that their story stinks like dead fish. This thing needing to be raised so they could make room for the next thing. No, because who wouldn't pay $200 to stay in there for a night at a hotel? Old World. I really want to take Beth to this beautiful Old World Nuremberg hotel. It's like $350 a night, and it's like because it's one of these buildings that they haven't destroyed, and it's not even this nice. It's not even this big or grand. It's just one of the few remnants that's left. Castle that's left. It's a hotel now, but it's changed owners a few times. Now it's a couple gay guys, and we've been in there to have wine and at the bar and stuff. And the vibe is it's controllers, and we're surrounded by controllers. We knew it the moment we went in, and we're like, this is the vibe of what it's like to be amongst those that get these things. And before too long, there'll be an unfortunate fire, and the Nuremberg hotel will come crashing down. That's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's what they do to all of these, either by unfortunate fire or with this one, they just had to make room, right? Just like in Portland, that beautiful Union Station, like obscenely stupid things that would make us look European, would make us look at Kansas City. Look at what's in the backdrop of these ones. They're all, that's what we would call European architecture. Okay, we could look like anything over there if only they didn't raise all these things. All right, well, we had some people stop in, and I have no idea where I was, but I did find this on my screenshots. And this is it. This says it all. Did I already say this, Beth? Long story short, there is no government, just a secret society pretending to be one. They don't lead, they manage the illusion. Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm. You showed us. It was, but I don't know if you put it in a video. That's worth repeating.
It's worth repeating. I'm sorry if I already did this in a video. I can't always remember. And I had a video I didn't post, so it could have been that.
We had a bunch of those.
Yeah, sometimes I don't post it because I have such good discretion on what's appropriate and what's not.
No, mostly you're like, we seem like we're half asleep.
Yeah, and you're on the left side of me. I feel like
I know, isn't it really off-putting?
that's pretty. Come on now, let's get that. Thank you. Oh, it's kind of like why does that feel so different and wrong?
I don't know. Now I'm usually sitting down.
Yeah, look how much taller I am than you now. Okay, so there's no government. Guys, there's no government. Okay, so when Tucker Carlson and this guy are talking about chemtrails and we're all excited, just remember, no, he Tucker Carlson is government. He's managing the illusion.
He's the
right?
secret society. Yeah.
Okay, Thanksgiving's coming up. Tucker Carlson with his turkey, like, oh, gobble, 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 like he's incredulous, like, what? I can't believe this government is doing this to us again. Oh, and then next week, oh, the government's doing this to us again. Oh, gobble, 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 gobble. He's with his big turkey neck that's jiggling around. Ha, 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 ha. And then on to the next thing.
Turkey neck. I didn't know this turkey neck.
It's because it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, I thought when I watch him, like, I'm just like,
You're really festive.
yeah. Man, those sprouts you made me don't have a good aftertaste. I'm eating microgreens.
Broccoli microgreens are supposed to be the best.
I just ate a bunch.
But that actually was your idea.
It was.
I made them at your request.
It's like old fish.
I like, what are those other sprouts we make? Alfalfa.
I think they may have turned a little bit, to be honest. It has turned.
Slightly fermented is even more better for you.
Even more better. Beth and I are going on a date right now. We haven't been on a date in the coon's age. Mm-hmm. Let's go.
In our flannels.
Let's go get it.
It's a flannel date.
Let's go have some fun. We're actually watching football. Don't tell. I know it's bread and circus stuff, but I'm just going to watch a little football. Mm-hmm. The Patriots are doing good again. They're not playing today. But
for entertainment purposes only.
I know it's controlled. I know all this stuff. I know what you guys know about it. But
Well, we could be going to a play, or we could be going to plays that are a play.
Right. When you realize that it's all controlled and it's all this narrative, you still sometimes we are in the matrix, even though we want to just like get out completely. But here we are, and
it's a rainy day.
It's a rainy day, and I gotta take you out every once in a while, right?
I guess.
Okay, here we go. All right. See you guys.
Bye.